Well, so far in the CAMS Jayco Australian Formula 4 Championship, it's been some great and clean racing. That's the most important thing. We started off at Townsville on a street circuit, had a couple of very small incidents there. Then we went to Queensland Raceway where we had 36 laps of no safety cars. So the guys did an absolutely outstanding job. Lots of dicing and lots of overtaking, which is the critical thing. This weekend we come to round 3 at Sydney Motorsport Park, and this track is a real open wheeler circuit. It suits our cars perfectly. Lots of high speed flowing corners. Turn 1 in particular in a Formula 4 will be 100% throttle, flat out, and I think we're going to see exactly what we saw at Queensland Raceway. Lots of slipstreaming and lots of close racing. All of the drivers here on the grid this weekend completed a full test day here just a few months ago. So there's some hometown advantage for guys like Jimmy Vernon in the Tool Force car. I think he'll be really competitive this weekend, and the usual suspects. Also Jordan Lloyd, who has just been unstoppable at the front. Thomas Randall was probably the fastest here at the pre-season test, so look out for him. And I think that battle between Lewis Leeds, Will Brown, also young Drew Ridge, I think it'll be on in earnest from that 3rd to 5th, 6th position. Coming out of go-karts, it's been a big ask for particularly guys like Goddard, young Zane Goddard, also Lewis Leeds, who's been doing a little bit of Formula Ford racing, but they've been showing that racecraft in karting, you learn that at a very young age, and that's put them in great stead. I mean, some of the wheel-to-wheel battles that we've seen, too wide, particularly at Queensland Raceway, without any touches, that's what we want to see, and that's a really critical part of their development, taking into any other category they go from here. So far this season we've heard from most, if not all, of the drivers in the CAMS Jayco Australian Formula 4 Championship. This weekend we thought we'd change tack a little bit and hear from the team owners. So that's Adam Gotch, Dean Randall and of course Mark Rundle. Let's hear what they had to say about this coming weekend.
The series started off in terrific fashion. We had 2 drivers on the podium at Townsville, so it was a great result for us. It could have been a little bit more than that, but yeah, we'll take 2nd and 3rd on the podium for the round. Queensland Raceway didn't quite go our way, but we're certainly looking forward to bouncing back at SMP this weekend. I guess a highlight of the first round was Will Brown, leading that very first race, and we won the very first Formula 4 race in Australia, so that was a fantastic time for the team. We led the very second Formula 4 race with Jimmy Vernon as well, but unfortunately it didn't quite end well. So, yeah, look, we're looking forward to many more wins to come, and hopefully this weekend.
Look, for us it's been a fantastic start to the season. Obviously Jordan Lloyd leading the championship and having the most number of wins out of any driver has been probably a standout. But not only that, from our rookies, Harry Hayek was an absolute star at the last round at Queensland, and Drew Ridge at the first round at Townsville, and even Frankie and Zane are both learning and coming along well. So I'm really excited on how the season started and looking forward to Sydney this weekend.
Yeah, well, at Townsville we had a suspension pickup point which wasn't in the right position. We weren't aware of it. Unfortunately, it wasn't pointed out to us prior to qualifying, and then we came back from qualifying, parked Ferme, and then it was discovered, and yeah, we got disqualified from qualifying, which meant we started last for the first race and also last for the 3rd race. So, from such a big build-up for the event, we were, everyone was a bit gutted, the whole team was a bit down. Not to mention, of course, the driver, he was pretty gutted having to start last and try and work his way through. So, yeah, it was disappointing, but, that's motorsport, and we had to rebound and, get the team spirits up, and which I think we did at QR. We got pole at QR, and we got 1 win, 2 seconds, and lap record there. So I think the team rebounded really well at QR.